Hello, hello, and welcome to another interview for the 2020 International Climate Action Challenge. And this is a very special interview today because this is with Darwin Malwele in Zambia. And back in April, I started doing these Passion to Action webinars, and Darwin's name kept popping up in the chat. Then we did this weekend action plan retreat, and Darwin was in there, and we gave him the award because he was one of the few people that actually did the assignments, took action, and by the end of a couple of weeks, he had already gone from just having an idea to being registered as Earth Guardians Zambia. So that was just starting back in May, and now we're recording this in the first week of December. So it'll be fun to check in and see how things have been. Darwin, do you just want to say hi, introduce yourself, and tell us what is your focus? What is your challenge all about?
I'm a team lead for Earth Guardians Zambia. Yeah, we are located in two towns, Ndola and Mufulira. Our challenge was we wanted to plant 10,000 trees, and start 100 community and school gardens. So when I was participating in that challenge, I met a lot of great people who helped me very much with my challenge and my idea of planting 10,000 trees.
So Darwin, why is it important? Why did you decide about focusing on trees and gardens?
The world has been facing the problem of climate change, and one of the major causes is deforestation. So we thought it wise to begin being a solution by planting at least starting with 10,000 trees, not just in my location, but every corner of my country. And just last week, we launched our campaign of planting trees, where we are able to plant about 200 trees, citrus trees and indigenous trees. And this initiative was graced by our local authorities from the Ministry of Education, students and teachers and members from the community.
Congratulations for going from passion to action. There's so many of us that feel powerless, but what every one of these challengers has shown is you just have an idea, you don't know how you're going to do it, but all the way from the beginning, Darwin always said, I want to plant 10,000 trees. And one of the effects of climate change that he was mentioning earlier when we were working together was that we know that temperatures are rising, but nighttime temperatures are rising higher than daytime temperatures even. And that's a big deal when you're in a very warm climate. And I think you also said, Darwin, that so this was all during the pandemic, that the reason that you also included gardens was because of seeing people with little access to food during the lockdowns during the pandemic.
Yeah, because we are at the moment we are in this pandemic, the COVID-19, which has destroyed and impacted people are left in poverty. So we thought it was to help them just meet their financial demands by helping them to start gardens. So that's why we wanted to begin with 100 gardens around the community as well as in schools.
What would you say, as far as all the different parts of the challenge, what were the parts that you think were most important for you making this kind of progress, if any?
Yeah, there were quite a number of them. The parts of the challenge, the mentoring, the workbook, and the weekly check-ins. They really helped me so much because exposed to a great mentorship from my mentors, as well as the workbook. Yeah, those were very much helpful.
Yeah, I think that's the thing is we don't have to do it alone. We can be together, and it's been really fun during the pandemic to have this kind of community where otherwise you can feel alone. So that's been a nice part of it, to hop on our calls with people from around the world. Okay, what are your next steps going forward, and how can people support you as you move forward?
Our next steps, we just want to continue with our campaign of planting trees, because when we're reaching out to people, so much they will come, every community around this country is being affected by climate change. They are very much interested to help us and with the project. So yeah, we just want to start and continue. We just don't want to plant here where we are based, in our communities. We want to plant in each and every corner of our country. So we want to populate our country with trees. We want to reforestate where it has been deforested. Also, some of our team members, they have skills. We want to assign those that have skills to train youths as well as women so that they can be financially empowered. So that when we face like the situation which we are currently in, the COVID-19, they will be able to stand above it.
That's a good point. You have people that know urban gardening, urban farming, and that they can be training people, yeah, and preparing. So regardless of what all's happening with the pandemic or whatever, that they have a way to rise above it, as you said. My last question is, what's your advice for somebody else who wants to make an impact? They're not sure where to start. Maybe they're back where you were in April, where you just had this wild and crazy idea. I want to plant 10,000 trees. They might be thinking, well, I just have an idea, but I don't really know what to do. So what would you recommend?
I would highly recommend whoever wants to make an impact. It's not difficult. If I can make an impact, definitely they can too make it. But what they should do is that they don't have to wait for the right time, like to have all the necessary skills or resources. They just have to begin researching to see people that are having similar ideas or projects, then they will help them out. As well as there is a book, the Climate Action Challenge book, which is written by Joan. That book really helped me because whatever is contained in the book is what you use to train me, which helped me to move from idea to action. So I would recommend whoever wants to make an impact just to get their hands, purchase the book. It has got the necessary and required information to make an impact. Anyone can make an impact. If I can make an impact, even anyone out there, as long as they believe in themselves and reach out to people that have experience in that, as well as going through the Climate Challenge Action book.
All right, thank you. It was really fun to see you. I remember early on when we did that thing of identify the 10 most successful tree planting projects in the world and learn from what they did. And you were like, oh my gosh, research, this is so great. You suddenly go from being like, I don't know what to do, to now you're almost an expert because you've just learned what everybody around the world that's successful is already doing.
Yeah, like you said, now I'll be able also to help somebody who he was like on my level before I began the action challenge.
Exactly. And I can't wait to see the 90-day action challenge for all of Zambia pretty soon. My goal is that people take this idea of doing a challenge and take it to your community and to the world. Thank you. And I appreciate you hopping on with us today, Darwin. And thank you everybody for tuning in. And you can check them out at Earth Guardians Zambia and partner with them, help them go from 200 trees to 10,000 to millions and billions of trees in Zambia and around the world. Bye.